Okay, gonna do another draft here for the channel. Thanks for checking it out. Hope you're having a better day than I am. We're at 106 packs, so I've done quite a few drafts that I didn't record or post or anything. Like, did some on my phone and stuff. And hop in and do a premiere draft here. The last deck I first picked Moment of Reckoning, and I think it's just that's twice now that I've gotten that card, and Silver Quill hasn't been opened, and I maybe looked too hard into the black and kind of ignored the other decks because it looked like there was a Quandrix deck that I could have gotten into. I was a base green deck by the end of it, but I missed picking up some cuboid colonies and stuff like that. That would have been nice. And I was taking, I can't really remember what I was taking, but it was pretty evidently wrong. I'm going to try to start focusing dual lands a lot higher. My mana bases have not been that good. And this is my first time seeing this card. Math Magics is its own win condition for any blue deck, and we're just gonna slam it here. The blue like soupy decks, whether it be Jeskai, Temur, 4 or 5 color converged decks, you do need just a couple of those really just I win buttons at the end. And I've seen some people get into those soup decks that just don't have a win condition first. They start taking some of the weaker converge cards, a lot of the draw, and kind of ignoring the fact that maybe they should just be taking creatures and just taking spells that don't quite get there. Here is kind of questionable. Maybe like Snooping Page might be the best card here. I do like Disdainful Stroke, and Suspend Aggression is okay. Docent is good. Wilton the Heat is good. But I want to be taking like something that like is pulling me into a deck, giving me some real direction. If I just follow up this Math Magics with a Disdainful Stroke, I'm not sad about it or anything, but I want to see some power. You know, Disdainful Stroke itself just isn't super powerful, so maybe Snooping Page isn't either. But I want to give myself stay open as much as possible. Isn't she? I like Proctor's Gaze a lot. A bounce spell with a rampant growth. Seems like it should be good. And if you ever bounce a token with it, it feels excellent. Some big fractal token or something. It feels amazing. What are some other things I could talk about while waiting for people to pass? I've noticed that I just don't get into the Silver Quill decks, like, ever. I don't know if people are just super high on them, or they're just not good and the card quality isn't there. So, you know, if you're taking ink mages and stuff, it's not good enough to like get you in that deck. But it's like I never, you know, I might see a couple of good cards that make me lean that way, and then I just never end up in the deck. I think here the best card by like a lot is a Primary Research. But to be fair, I did say I wanted to start prioritizing lands, but I don't want to prioritize them over like powerful ins into decks. I'm just talking more like once there isn't like a really good card to pick. Like here there really isn't like a great card to pick. So if there's a dual land here, I would take it here for sure. But I'm gonna take Tenured Concoctor. As I've actually really liked this card. Even if you're not in like a life gain deck, if you are just in a like a straight Quandrix curve out deck, it's a really good turn 5 play in the deck. This card's just it's okay. I hate it, but I do think this is the best card in the back, so I'm gonna take it. I've not been impressed by Campus Composer, and Hardbound Page is very replaceable. Here, Run Behind is good. Grapple with Death is good. Sleight of Hand is just so meatily. I think this is one of those spots where, like I was just talking, like, if I don't actually have power and there's a dual land, I just want to take the dual land. I want to start doing this. This is more experimentative for me. It's just to see how this helps. Like, same thing here. These cards are not powerful. Banishing Betrayal is bad. Deduce is... Sometimes the card being spit 2/2 to draw 2 cards can be better than a 3-mana card, because it lets you get in other spells, especially like as the game goes on. But there's so many good blue draw spells. I don't care about this, so I'm gonna take another land. Here, the best card is like Acolyte. This isn't a card. Tackle Artist is good. Send in the Pest is okay, but you gotta actually have like a critical mass of these. So I'm gonna take this. I just think it's a better card. Root Manipulation, Return the Favor, Will, Procrastinate, Anger, Embrace. It's gotta be the best card. Docent is the best card here now. We've got a Wild Hypothesis, which is just like okay. It can be decent in like a curve out Quandrix deck, but we've got real no like inclination that that's where we are. This guy sucks. This is okay. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna take pull. Wow. Shopkeepers, blank. Pick your poison. Seething Shade Lock. Divert Equation is really good. If we still end up being blue. But it seems like we didn't see a lot of good blue cards. There was an opportunity to take a Run Bind. But I will take the Divert. Here it is, the most powerful card. Return the ranks. By far the best card here is Garrison Excavator. But we're really far from that. That's painful. This is getting really painful. There's Mind in the Matter. And Achillean's Confidence, which is like one of the like the second best like Silver Quill Gold card behind the 2/2 Menace guy. There's also Wander Off. So we're seeing some inclination that black is maybe where we ought to be. But just Shadelock and Pull from the Grave is kind of rough. But this is just kind of good. We're gonna go that way. Is it permanent? Yeah, it's a permanent. I'm gonna take Additive Evolution then. Just kind of hope that we can lock into blue-green. We can definitely splash black for a sweeper, for sure. But we're not going to splash for a Guidance or a Lumeric's Favor. I think it's Terrafractal here. So we already have one Embrace the Paradox. I don't ever want to run multiples of these. Proctor's Gaze. That's pretty good. We just need our blue-green creatures to start flowing, and I'll feel pretty good about this deck. But we do need to see some interaction. Counter spells, fight spells, and a more board focused deck of wanting to curve out. Counter spells are worse and sweepers get worse. But hey, you do what you gotta do. Simone's Experiment. We already have 2 Proctor's Gazes, which I think is just better than that. So I'm going to take just this Wild Hypothesis. We're looking to cast X spells, which I really haven't seen an X spells matters Quandrix deck, which I thought would be a thing when like looking through the initial like spoilers and stuff of the set. It's like it seemed like there was a good number of X spells, but it feels like they haven't quite lined up well enough to the format. I think we may be getting some mixed signals here too, that there's not a, well, there's at least an interactive spell. I would really prefer to not be running this card or this card. We're at 14 playables, though, looking at going into pack 3. We need a couple of nice picks here. That is good for our version of the deck where we're looking to actually like play Additive Evolution, play Fractal Mascot after having played, you know, some other creatures earlier. Fractal Mascot sucks if it's your only creature, but we want to be curving out. And there's another Concoctor. That's definitely playable. How much do I think I'm gonna make 7 more cards that I want to take a meal over like a flow state or a barrage? I think barrage will, honestly. We may be the only like creature-based green deck. Cuboid Colony is a slam here. We're looking to curve out and beat down. With some random run binds and embrace. This isn't like something we really want for this version of the deck, I don't think. This is more of a tap out version, as opposed to like leaving up interaction and counters and stuff. Wow. Take flashback. Ooh, augmenter. That definitely helps our curve out plan. This is an amazing one drop for the deck. Dude, if you ever go augmenter cuboid colony on the play, it'd be like 95% to win that match. Really, Math Magics isn't what this deck's trying to do either. It's not trying to, like, get to a big Math Magics turn. But I think we're not going to make playables past that. So it's going to get dicey. Here, definitely another Titan's Grave for splashing our sweeper. Because that may be all we need. I mean, mathematically, you're supposed to have 3 black sources if you want to splash just like a single pip black card for your deck to make sure like you get that card before you draw this. But I'm not that worried about it. Here, I'm gonna take Painter. We definitely need 2s. Noting this deck is not getting there. But hey, it happens. This is actually like good in this deck. Like this is like a dead card for the other blue decks that want like just control or like the soupy late game converge decks. And a deck that you just actually want to play creatures in. It's a thing. And this is actually not bad either. Barrage. Get some more interaction. And we have a deck. Not a good deck. But we have a deck. Wow. A 2. Can this actually just swap into... We cut this. And we just make this swap into more standard stompy deck. I think that's what we gotta do. We're gonna play it. Oh wait, didn't put in my Titan's Graves or my Paradox Gardens. So we've got 8 blue sources, 9 green sources. Yeah, that is I think this is as solid as it's gonna get here. I don't love the creature quality. Would have loved to have gotten a second cuboid colony. Some of the other like 3 drops for the deck. But it's like there's not like a critical mass of them. And we get our 1 swamp here. But the hand plays, so we keep. I could make a 0/0 to have surveilled 1. Or surveilled 2. That might have been worth, honestly. Yeah, see if I could have gotten some of these cards, I would have felt pretty good too. Well, maybe not Studious first year for this deck. If he blocks, do I pump? Probably not, to be fair. This guy's gonna be like, this is the weirdest gold garbage deck I've ever seen. What is Alright, I shouldn't have played this. Just now he can freely block. Okay. I will make a 1/1. Barrage and another forest. I'm gonna keep Barrage. Been any non-island land or non-blue source, I should say. Got it. And hypothesis for 3. It's just gonna be the play. Gotta leave it, I guess. Please don't have a first strike trick. Are you kidding? Okay. Well, I am tapped out. It is a free block. I should have attacked. Well, I can't attack first because I wanted to increment him so he didn't just die to some random spell giving this 2 more power. People do hate that card. I gotta get it out of there. I gotta be able to attack freer. Okay. Fair enough. it's had like a clean looking deck aside from this elemental mascot here. I draw 2, or I just play Professor. I think it's play the tenured conductor. Either way, at least we get an increment. Okay. Okay. I think that's better off as an eventual chump for this augmenter, though. Augmenter getting big. It's 3-3. Is he beaten down? He's beaten down. Okay. Ooh. Sloth's a nice draw. Wonder if this is going to send alarm bells here. Yeah, I gotta go for this. If he's got the Essence Scatter, he's got it. He does not. Okay. He's got the get a bunch of crap out of my graveyard spell. But his removal spells are really expensive. And killing either of these creatures gives me creatures to keep attacking with. Because neither one of these exiles. When he got aggressive there, I'm thinking he had a Tome Blast in hand and he knew he could kill me this turn. Or was hoping to kill me this turn. He's in there. He's gonna buy back 2 spells. It's gotta be a 5 mana removal spell or something. So he gets back both 5 mana removal spells. Okay. Ooh. Goes me into 2. And that's lethal. Oh, right. What a rip. I mean, a land for Fractal Mascot was also lethal. Well, no, it wasn't. He would have just blocked. He could have chump blocked the 4/4. But at least then I doubt he would have had lethal on the next turn. give this deck about like just like a 5 out of 10 though, really sitting here thinking about it. It is capable of an amazing curve out draw. But I think it's going to be a fairly low percentage of the time. Christ. This card's pretty good. He's got some interaction spell. This can at least gain us some life back so we can kind of race this thing. I want to surveil, so it's not the most efficient here, but missing many drops is not something I can afford to do. Okay, this guy is definitely missing a color or something here. Would I pump this if he blocks? Just don't think he's gonna block. If he had some sort of spell, he would have played it. Alright, we're just gonna play the board. Okay, this deck is all mine. Was he sandbagging some storm turn here? Doesn't feel like it. Feels like he is dead to run behind. That's what it feels like. Kept the hand because he had Maestro and red lands, but apparently he had all white cards after that, which is risky keep. I can't necessarily say it's wrong if he had a, 2 and 3 mana white cards. Who's to say, but that's a very scary card. If he did draw out of it, maybe the rest of his deck is kind of not up to par, and if you just have the best card in your deck that's an aggressive 2-drop like that, you just keep it. Easy to hindsight it and say like, oh, he should have mulliganed. I think more people have problem with keeping their hands when they should mulligan over taking too many mulligans. People look for every reason to keep a hand. And keep hands that only have like a 10% chance of actually drawing out. Ooh. Speaking of, I mauled double island in the draw double island. Super painful. Holy crap. At least my opponent took a mulligan. I'm on the draw, so I get the draw out of it first. So he goes land, plays bind the life, I lose the game? I guess it's whatever. And it's pretty bad to just run behind this guy. It's 100% slam this spell if he has creatures in his deck. It's an instant too, so he can just hold it. It would be kind of an interesting play to say, like, let's say he, like, whiffs this. Something. I could run behind this now, so he has to get it back, or another creature, and just make him mill a bunch of his deck, but I don't think I win that. I could run behind the newt, which would just remove it. I mean, it's just slow. It just buys me the most time, I think, to run behind him. So he puts it on top and he's got to get it back with this. And then he wants to... Oh, Echoing Symposium is gone. Applied Geometry. Oh, he would have only hit Landscape Painter. Yeah. This is a thing where if this was best of 3, you know, knowing a bit of your opponent's decks games 2 and 3 like that, where he's very spell heavy, trying to make this card work. Like, look at this. Like, what is he getting? Like, yeah, his creatures all suck. It was just a negative for me to do it. mention like the X spell creatures. Like you can't even like get them on that. There's really no reason for him to not block with the 4/4 Death Touch here. Though he could take a hit of 4. So he gets 5 mana. Good gaming me? Ooh, okay. The Death Toucher? Sure. Okay, I will block. I gotta draw out of this anyway. It doesn't look like I'm going to. I get X5. Okay, guy. Let's just get him. He's good gaming me and stuff. I mean, if I hit a sweeper there, I'm been in a really good spot. Double 1-drops. Two rare 1-drops. And pass. You would 100% trade? Oh wait, I can't prepare this then. It's tap 2 other creatures along with it. Okay. That was a mistake then. I needed to play the brainstorm here. Oh. It's giving me the brainstorm. Okay. Put 2 cards back on top. Don't need this. We can just draw a land. this guy's Maestro looks a heck of a lot better than the other one we saw. I don't know, this might even be the same player. I don't know how many people be playing right now. Sure. So he's gonna get to, if he draws a land, if he gets an untapped land, he Tome Blast and adds 8 red. It's just hard to make use of the red mana. There's so many gold cards and stuff. A weird spot where you can send in, and I would be interested in just jump blocking. Plus you got a double block, but maybe there's a world where I block with everything, but you know, with mana up, super risky. He can give it trample too. Be a 9/9 trample. He didn't hit the land, that's good. If he was setting up for some big storm turn. That's pretty scary. I mean, he didn't hit a land. Pestbrute Sloth. This would be 5. It would go 5, 6. Getting to 8. And I would have a 3/3 and I would surveil. There's also like cast Brainstorm. I could play Pestbrute Sloth, which would be another good blocker. Let's take a look here, what we can do. Definitely don't care about this guy. Terrafractal. Only being a 3/2. I'm a little upset to see all this here, to be completely honest. Really wanted to see a land somewhere in there. He can make a ton of red mana. Like I said before, it's hard to make uses of it in these lore hole decks. And the fact is, though, he still has a 2 mana 8/8 menace. Honestly, like, I think he should just be out doing this, giving it like menace, maybe playing Pack-a-Punch, making it a 13/13 Trampler. It doesn't have trample. But it can have trample next turn, so we're gonna just double jump, I think, and prepare the trio. Yeah, I think he should have actually played the Pack-a-Punch. Wilt. Playing Brainstorm doesn't help a whole heck of a lot here. Unless I actually get the bounce spell. I think that's it. I'm just on find run behind. And I did find it. Okay, okay. So the hope here is he plays the Pack-a-Punch to give it trample or something. Okay. There's no hexproof or something in red and white. Yeah, and he just tucked it. He's needing the land. That was pretty good. Pretty good. I'm actually gonna tap this guy. Because if he has to jump, I want him to jump with the Kirill. The harmonized trio actually pulling some weight. Cast what? 3 brainstorms? Brainstorms are like in multiples is just kind of whatever. Like it's essentially scry 2 without the ability to put the cards on the bottom. It's like the first cast is pretty decent. It would be a heck of a lot better if I had some like Terramorphic Expanses, whatever, to shuffle away the back cards and get redraws. But I don't have anything like that in the deck. But that was one scary maestro. Up to 13-13. I do still think he messed up by not just giving it trample that one turn. This is a keep. Thumb on the draw, and it's slow. Oh, Proctor's Gaze is actually would have been a heck of a find off of one of those brainstorms, because it would have shuffled. So I do have something, because I've got 2 copies of these. Kind of forgot about that. What is happening? It's a different guy. Is there like a bug on the client or something where everybody just opened Molten Core Maestro? My 3rd turn 2 Maestro in a single run when I haven't, like, I've had one of them cast before the entire freaking format before this. That's so wild. Increment. Exile and hits the land for his land drop for the turn. It's great. Oh, and of course he's got a Brave. Of course he's got a Brave. Double red. Pursue the past. 5 or more mana. Okay. You just replay the Pursue the Past. We're going to want a second island. Okay. Mascot. Scary. Scary. And I get hit for 2? Did he DC? Like, I'd make a thumbnail for this video to actually be Molten Maestro over any of the cards I'm playing. I'm seeing this more than any other card that I've got. So play this for 3. Or 4 if I draw an untapped land. Try to plan up my turn as fast as I can so I can rope his timeouts and get this game over with. Okay. Just go to attack quickly. Oh, he's there. So I can do 3, right? Because this is 1 less if it's an attacking. Why is it tapping on my blue? What the hell is that? 2, 3, 4. Oh, the hell was that? These. Puts it on top. Okay. Because this card gets a lot worse as the game goes on. I don't know why I played that guy pre-combat. That's just a mistake. And this for 5. Increments makes a 5/5. Vicious Rivalry. Wait. Soil artifacts and creatures of mana value X or less. So sure, it kills my fractals. But that may be fine. Wait, what's my life total? I only need to spend 2 mana or 2 life though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. He shouldn't have kept this card on top. Lorecaster though. It's back to Wilt. Growing his dude. 6 kills my dude now. But if I still do the 2, can do it after blocks. Can't I? Well, if I do this, give this 9. Yeah. No, because I'm thinking about this attacking too. But he does have to block. Alright. I do get a 1-1 out of it. So we'll go 2. Or 2-2. I get a 2-2 out of it. Good games. Shouldn't do that. There's just targeted removal spells in white. Yay! I beat my 3rd turn to Maestro in the same run with a deck I don't think is very good. So that's that's crazy. As a little note today, when I got to Mythic, I happened to get paired against the #1 guy and won the game. Which that doesn't necessarily mean a lot. But it was just funny. I've only played the actual rank 1 person like one other time, I think. Surely he's going to have interaction stuff here. When there is just a good Silver Quill deck, it is rough. I've had a good Silver Quill deck like one time. And it felt extremely powerful. He can't recast this turn. There's some good value in getting that. Do I actually want my swamp here? So I can get my sweeper as an out. Not looking great. Not looking great. You gotta kind of slow the game down a little bit here. Confidence. I almost wonder if it's worth the block. Because if I block, he has to pump, and then he can't replay the snoop. I could even... Well, if I double block, then he doesn't pump. So we're just going to put him in the space of... Are you using the mana or not? Oh, and we get the removal spell. Okay. We're just gonna sit. I can embrace the paradox into the sweeper next turn. Hope he just doesn't play some huge, like, 6 or 7 drop. This absorbs the most potential damage. He's got to pump this 3 times and not lose it anyway. Maybe I can just keep sandbagging. I have to spend 5 for the sweeper. I might actually have to bounce this a turn and just try to get as much out of the stuff as I can. With 3 mana though. So I get the cuboid, like I get to play to the board before him. I could even just play the Emil, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be such a powerful, like, tempo swing to be able to play a board wipe and then also be able to be the one that first plays to the board afterwards. Okay. This is scary. Right, because if I just make a dude, run behind, yeah, so I can cuboid colony and run behind this instant speed during his turn. My worry is that he like has a removal spell. He goes Killian's Confidence. This goes up to 4/5. Yeah. Maybe I should have bounced that guy once. Is the removal spell? It's 5, 6, 7. Sloth actually can kind of help gain us life and stuff. I think this is fine. Kind of low on interaction left in the deck anyway. Just another removal spell. Yeah, this guy was in a nice silver closet. This is what I was talking about. Like, I actually like just never see these cards. Like, maybe people are really high on it, but I I get to know so many Lorehold decks, and Lorehold is a better deck, and it's just more supported. Like, it's just way deeper. Think of your Silver Quill, you can... There can only be one Silver Quill drafter at the table. It is not deep enough to have a second drafter. Whereas like red stuff's so deep that there could be 2 Prismari drafters and 2 Lorehold drafters fighting over the burn spells. And all 4 of them end up with playable decks. They just end up looking different. And the going second continues. Channeler. I have another island in hand already, so we already have a black source. Just gonna try to fetch out a land. He bends a land, so one of them is a land. Just beaten down. Okay. Five wins. When I would expect this deck to go 4 or 5, I guess. Like I said, I think it's a pretty medium deck that can curve out well. And I've been winning on the draw. Beat 3 Molten Core Maestros on turn 2. Wondering how I'm maybe misevaluating some of these cards, or at least this pile of cards as a whole. Like maybe like to me some of these cards are fairly weak, but if they're coming together well, then maybe I'm just, you know, off how I'm evaluating. Maybe some of these cards are better than I think, but they're only like good in a deck like this. Get rid of the 5-drop, I guess. Actually gonna get rid of the interaction spell that requires a creature on board. Me? Oh. play. There. And he is being, what? Disgusting. Oh wait, I can't even play it. Disgusting. Thinking this deck, ideally, I would have wanted another first year. Oh wow. Land. I may not draw land now. Sultai Mill? And this card's just really... Oh my god. Okay, well, we can just concede that. Okay, we'll look here. Give a quick overview. Trio, I've been really down on because the blue decks don't typically have enough creatures for this, but there are versions that do run creatures, and then this is okay. This is serviceable, but this guy's a beating. This guy's amazing. Turn one, this guy goes hard. Emil is a uncommon that I just really like. Like really like. If you're even in a 2-color deck, it's not hard to just have like maybe an off surveil land and an on color one just to try to get this to 4. But still, like, tapping it and making 3/3s, because certainly you'll have like some number of the surveil lands that are on color for you in a 2-color deck. And Cuboid Colony. Cuboid Colony is really good if you just get it on turn 2 and can actually play the cards out of your hand afterwards on curve. Oh, and our splash card, the Vicious Rivalry. It's really good. Other than that, there's not much to be said here. It's not exactly how I would want a deck like this to come together. Would have loved another Colony, some of the studious first years, maybe definitely some more 3-drops. Even though it seemed like whenever I had them, I was having trouble getting them out of my hands. But my curve is all wonky. It's a little too high. But there was just not. I didn't get anything else to run. I wasn't running enough interaction and stuff to justify like the divert equation. That was another thing. Like Quandrix Charm would have been really good. Some amount of counter spells, some fight spells, and better on-curve creatures on the low end. It gets 5 wins, and can't complain about that. Getting the gems back, getting 4 packs, very nice. So, see you next time.